All right, I'm being peer pressured by chat. I think I'm gonna do it. I was looking at the pain train, and word on the street is you could have triple crit damage on this thing, and I figured each shot fired grants stacking crit rating would be great, but all 3 copies that I have are stacking damage, and well, I do have 7 weapon vouchers and absolutely no plans to spend them, so I'm gonna do it. I am going to voucher the pain train, and I'm starting to wonder if like this is the default perk setup for it. Some weapons have that, so with 17 core reperk, I think a crit rating perk is absolutely justified. So we're gonna put on crit damage. I'm not sure about mag size yet. I haven't thought about it. We'll think about that in a second, and then we'll do triple crit damage. It does need to be a water copy because obviously because it's a winter weapon, and of course because our mission is going to be fire. We are dealing with healing death burst and exploding death bomb, which is a dissatisfying combo to say the least, but a triple crit damage pain train should have no problem dealing with that. So I'm not sure if I want to do mag size or not. I think reload is probably going to get me right back into the action a little bit better, and from there it'll just be a topic of preference. So we're going to cut to the loadout now and talk about what we're using and why. All right, I'm actually back at the weapon. I was looking back at the reload time, and it's 2.1 seconds with magazine size. That is actually plenty fast. So I'm considering 2 things. One, we have the stacking crit rating, or that's the stacking damage copy, but we have the stacking crit rating, and that is going to be obviously stacking up until we stop to reload. So I figure staying shooting for as long as possible is going to be important, and that's extra good because of the second reason, well, staying shooting as long as possible. I had assault ammo recovery in this build. That is going to make our magazine size functionally quite high, and otherwise this is a regularly normal build. Just, tactical assault sledgehammer, totally rocking out, 680% crit damage, you know the drill, except for a new addition to the team. Thank you to Aniverse. She came into the chat and brought some news to me, and I did some math to back this up. It seems, on occasion, Rex Jonesy, even without Blast from the Past, is actually better than the typical reloading, locked and reloaded. That 15% only applies to the base damage, and it seems like Saurian Might is a little bit better. Now, that base damage getting multiplied by the crits is a little bit different. I'm not certain if that's going to be better in the end game, but I wanted to try out Saurian Might. It's not going to be a major difference, but it is kind of nice. So, yeah, just a new addition to the team and some fun math. It's actually better to use him in a bow build, by the way, instead of locked and reloaded, which is a pretty staple support perk, so kind of cool. I don't always like to start the video with such a small group, but let's just see what we can do. Stacking crit rating, kicking in. Is it going to be any good? Oh, you know what? It was, everything died before I had a chance to think about it. So, yeah, I guess it's going to be pretty strong. On the one hand, I feel like a nurse would be a really good target to see it ramp up in damage, but on the other, yeah, I figured it would just die right away anyway. Oh my god, this weapon is so good. I don't know why I'm surprised. The pain train's always been super strong, and triple crit damage, totally rocking out, basically makes any weapon OP. I think that's exactly why this series is so fun, but it's still just, it always somehow surprises me to see this happen. And right now we're actually getting a pretty good live demonstration of assault ammo recovery being really, really strong, because the mag size plus assault ammo recovery typically gives you about a 30% mag size bonus, which in this case is, I don't know, what's 30% of 50? It's like the 70 round mag or so. I'll put the number on the screen in the editing, I guess, but it's a really big number is the point, and it makes it so that our functional mag size is, well, quite a bit larger than our regular one, and so we could shoot for a nice long time, keeping that bonus active as much as possible, and as you can see, only critting 10% of the time, which is actually quite a bit more because of the stacking crit rating. It's doing plenty good, and yeah, I think we're just gonna start the mission because I'm having some trouble finding some stuff. If I find something along the way, I'll show you, but I think we should just get this one going. All right, the mission begins. So I don't have wafers in this build, and getting totally rocking out active will be required by traps, I think. So basically we got a lot of ceiling electric fields down, and I'm hoping that I'm gonna have the totally rocking out bonus going, and then we can just watch things get deleted. I'm hoping for bigger targets. This is, again, right here, this is what we're seeing. This is where totally rocking out is not pulling its weight. I need it to be active, and I need to get inside of these bubbles, but I'm gonna get killed by the death bomb. I'm gonna be committing suicide if I go in here. This is, oh gosh, this is just terrible. Nurses, easy kills. This is kind of nice because in my past videos, if you guys have been following the channel, we got the Plasmatron going up. We had the triple crit damage Wrath, which is, yes, an actually real thing. And a lot of these weapons aren't exactly, well, spray and pray. You can't exactly point at the target and will it to die. Maybe the Wrath, but the Plasmatron was a little bit harder to deal with. So having a weapon that can just, you know, you shoot at an enemy and they get killed is really satisfying. It's weird that should be a surprising and unique experience for me, but these 160 videos get a little wonky. So I don't get to always enjoy the finer things in life, you know, like pointing your weapon at an enemy and then having them die when you shoot them, run away, and then having you die when you shoot them as well. You know, I have a growing trend on this channel to record these 160 videos in healing death burst, exploding death bomb missions, and I don't know why I do this to myself. I don't know why this keeps happening, but I don't seem to be able to escape it, and it really only seems like I'm doing, what was that, 140,000 on a crit? Oh my goodness. All right, let's eat the, hold on, let's reload, eat the football, and see what we can do to a smasher. That is less damage than I would have hoped. Pretty good for an AR though. Assault rifles aren't exactly the highest DPS weapons in the entire game. And definitely not the fastest smasher kill we've ever seen, but certainly fast enough, because some of the fastest smasher kills were from the Wrath or the Browbeater. Link to those videos down below. Those were insane, but also really bad at crowd clearing. So the Pain Train has decent enough smasher kill speed to where it's not really going to be a problem at the base, but also enough fire rate and overall damage output to eliminate crowds of enemies all at the same time. So it's kind of a good mix, and that makes it so that while assault weapons don't have the highest DPS in the game, they might just be well-rounded enough to be some of the best weapons in the game. I think we've all known that for a long time, and it goes without saying, but here I am saying it anyway. All right, we got a football. I'm gonna eat it, and Smasher is... Ooh, with the headshots, honestly, surviving longer than I would have expected, but definitely dying quick enough. The Pain Train has a slower fire rate, harder hitting single target damage, and the impact follows that. So staggering these smashers makes it pretty easy to kill them nice and easy. I'm serious, Avalry. If you just stagger them a bit, they don't run around as much, and the elimination becomes significantly easier. And I'm not usually a big supporter of impact, but when it's built into the weapon, it's a nice quality of life feature. All right, round 2 begins. I actually had to double check after this, after that first wave to see if I had the stack and crit rating copy. I absolutely do. So, you know, it's not playing as much of a factor as, you know, I say that, okay. I say it's not playing as much of a factor, but in reality, if I was using a stacking damage, I'd truly be critting, you know, only 10% of the time, but maybe it's helping more than I've noticed, but oh yeah, totally rocking out, it's kicking in, and it's not even a big deal. Although standing in a crowd of enemies is probably not the smartest place I could be. Oh, big target. This is so nice. That, honestly, a physical mist monster at half health already is such an easy takedown. This weapon is wildly satisfying to use. The Pain Train has always been one of my favorite weapons. The reason I haven't used it much on camera is because it's very inaccurate. As you're probably seeing, the range on this weapon is not spectacular, and the fire rate is a little lower than I'd like. So there are other weapons that I just generally prefer to use, but I've had a couple of these built for a while. And that's partially why I was so willing to voucher one, is because having multiple copies of this weapon is something that I thought I should have had. Oh, we got a nature copy. So let's run away and bring up exactly why I have multiple copies of the Pain Train. I'm sure I've got a fire one in here somewhere. Oh, my other copy might be nature as well. I guess we're gonna have to just look through the inventory and hope for the best. Oh, we only have a nature copy. That's gonna be unfortunate, but I'm gonna craft it anyway. We're gonna do whatever we can to this mini boss and hope for the best. So, oh, I don't want to leave Lynx behind. There we go. Whenever heal him, run over here. Is this my fire copy? No, this is a nature copy because I don't have a fire copy. Keep up with the times, beast. Come on. All right. I don't think this is going to be as effective, but yeah, 67% damage is a lot better than 25%. The perks are, of course, different, so we're not running triple crit damage, and I really wish I would have had a fire copy. I didn't think to respec my other Pain Train. I've got 2 water copies and a nature copy, and then here we get a nature mini boss. This is extremely unimpressive damage, so I'm going to call in... What's my commander again? Tactical Assault? Okay, let's see if we can bring in... I don't know. I think a Hemlock might be the nice little tap in. Here we go. That's some proper damage. That's what I like to see right there. You got mag size on the Hemlock. You got assault ammo recovery, buffing it all the same. That's some good damage output. You got the every 5 hits cause an explosion, causing some extra booms. That's really nice. Lynx is returning the favor. Mini boss is walking outside of the slow field. Constant headshots, and the mini boss is apparently moved out of the way. I don't... Okay. Well, he's dead. Or not dead? Aura!
Yeah. Despawn. Oh my god.
It despawned in the 1 second you moved it out of the way. If you hadn't bull rushed, you would have got it. Oh no! Can we get an F in chat? That was a disaster. Oh no!
Trying to push it back into the field.
I didn't want to go too hard on Aura, but I'm gonna say it because I was gonna say it earlier. Bull rushing a mini boss is like almost never the answer. Just keep it where it is, lay into it. Bull rushing and moving it out of the way is hardly ever a helpful thing, but I wasn't gonna say it because I knew we were gonna kill the mini boss anyway, and then it despawned. Oh my goodness. Alexa, play Despacito. Well, I guess we can just clean up the rest of these enemies and call it an easy mission. Absolute GG's in the chat. On top of the Fs, of course. You know, if you're a sub, you could use the F emote. If you're a sub, you can also use the GG emote. Can we get some GG emotes in chat for the victory? End this on a positive note. I want to see it. Let me see. I always gotta fill in this little gap because you make a request of chat and then there's like a few seconds delay where they actually have to wait for the stream to catch up. We got B and Green coming in with the GG's. Truly Drag, Untruly Drag. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for hanging out in Twitch chat. I'll see you guys next one. Comment on what you guys want to see. Get some ice cream and take it easy. And then